Hey Bulldogs, today's topic is retention. So who do we got here today, Sergeant Major?
So let's Sergeant Major Pro Bulldog 7, and let's start off by introducing our roundtable members. So I guess we'll start over there with Sergeant Tapia.
Staff Sergeant Tapia, I'm the career counselor for 4th Infantry.
I'm Master Sergeant Thompson, the Brigade Senior for 3rd Brigade.
And Staff Sergeant Smith, the 167's career counselor.
Great, well thanks for joining us today. As we get past the crisis and get into the new normal of living under a COVID environment, getting back to training, and getting into the swing of things, I want to talk about retention. And, so how has COVID-19 impacted retention in Bulldog Brigade?
Well, I'll take that one, sir. COVID-19 has impacted our soldiers by enforcing that we actually take care of our own, that we have the security and the forces for the United States Army so that they come see us. We can make sure to maintain our actual jobs so that they actually have everything that they need from us so they can come contact us so that they don't have to worry about their future as far as the COVID.
Okay, great. So we are a recession-proof job.
Yes, sir.
We always need defense of the country.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, great.
So what are some of the, are there any unique reenlistment opportunities that are out there right now during, going on right now?
As far as like unique opportunities, we still got all the basic options as far as PCSing somewhere, reclassing, anything like that. One thing they are doing right now, people who re-enlisted to go somewhere, but instead want to stay here because of due to the pandemic going on right now, they are allowing them to stabilize as opposed to their PCS option.
Does that mean they lose it in the future?
So they don't, so yeah, so pretty much yes sir. So if a soldier was, say for example, slotted to go to Fort Stewart, but he has children, he has a spouse, he has whatever situation he has, it's in their best interest to stay and stabilize here at Fort Bliss. They're allowing them to do that now.
Okay, so it's still the soldier's choice now.
Still soldiers, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
And I heard there's a program out there for shorter term extensions than there has been in the past?
So, yes, sir, there is. So there is what they did, a COVID response extension, which they have extended to soldiers that are basically within 6 months of ETS that are starting to get nervous about the actual transition out. So they provided them this opportunity. It's inadvertently the same as our whiskey extension, which is a 12-month extension, which actually serves most soldiers. It's actually in the soldier's best interest to do a 12-month to give them more time in order to recognize what's going on with the pandemic, with job opportunities, because that's really the biggest concern with everything. But the COVID gives you anywhere from 3 to 11 months of extension.
So that's everybody's guess, right? What happens this fall, what happens this winter?
Guess.
So you could do a 6-month extension, or you could do the standard 12-month extension, but something short of a full second enlistment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, that sounds good.
Yeah, so it sounds like so the 12-month is a good opportunity for a soldier to keep serving, establish a little bit of stability, and then do a little bit more deliberate planning for their future, maybe if they haven't already done so. It sounds like.
Correct, Sergeant. It just really gives a return on the investment on both sides.
So, and what is some of the feedback that you guys have got from the soldiers in the brigade about the reenlistment options that they have available right now?
So it started in the Navy. I served in the Navy and decided to get out. When I got out, I had a pretty well-formulated plan. But after going to college and working and making pretty decent money, I realized that I just didn't have the fulfillment that I did when I was in a pair of boots. So when I came back into the Army, I was at the needs of the Army. I had no choice in my job, but I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want a commission. I wanted to work with dogs. And just through hunger, and knowing exactly what I wanted to do, and working with a great team, with the retention team, the career counselors, and helping them guide me, I eventually got to reclass to dog handler, and now I'm awaiting orders. But I guess for me it was really about finding something that I was passionate about and chasing it until I got it. And money aside, that's how I measure my success, is doing something that I love. And serving my country and working with dogs is something that I love to do.
Honestly, why I re-enlisted, I mean, I love the Army. I just don't get everybody can say, you know, oh, I don't like the Army this, I don't like the Army that, you know. But the one thing I've kind of realized is that all my friends who have gotten out, the first thing they do in their first couple months, they get out and say, I wish I never got out. I wish I would have stayed in. You see them on Facebook posting Army memes because this is the best memories you're gonna have. I mean, you have two families. I have my daughter and my two sons, and then I have my other family, which I spend more with my Army family than I do with my real family. And it's just a brotherhood and a sisterhood, and I hope I can stay as long as I possibly can.
The question posed was, so do you think this COVID-19 crisis has been a benefit to our soldiers, helping them chart their future and to our retention mission, or has it been harmful?
I believe it's been beneficial, sir. Soldiers have realized, hey, we have opportunities in the military. We see how people outside the military, they could just get fired or laid off or forced into having to collect unemployment and stuff like that. While in the military, you're protected from all that stuff. A lot of the soldiers here, they don't realize how good they have it being in the military. How much of the real world we're protected from.
I've seen an increase in soldiers wanting to re-enlist. I would say that that spike in the interest would have probably been late March, early April. Obviously, I think due to COVID, just forcing people to have to kind of really look at their situation and look at their career, and obviously make the choice that made the most sense.
I think retention is more so tied to talent management than it is, you know, the commander, the first sergeant, the battalion commander, command sergeant major. Making sure that we've got the right leaders in charge of soldiers that provide them the best atmosphere in which to thrive and feel relevance and satisfaction coming to work every day. That's critical, and much more so than the command team that happens to be over them. Recognizing excellence, holding folks accountable, both in a positive way and in a negative way. I think that's exactly what leads to retention.